Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Monday. We've got 14 matchups on this MLB slate today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 20.9K subs, so keep up the good work. Check out all my betting links in the description below. Really good promos, especially with BetMGM. Get up to 1,500 in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't hit. Other great promos as well. A lot of MLB profit boost tokens on a lot of these sites, so check those out, guys. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Big slate today to open up the week, starting with the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 185. Toronto plus 150 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 18-22. Baltimore 26-13. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 2.85. Pitching for Baltimore is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 2.83. Barrios, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Burns, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Toronto coming off a Minnesota loss. Baltimore coming off an Arizona loss. Toronto just 3-10 against Baltimore. Had their struggles against Baltimore here. Barrios coming off probably his worst start of the season, giving up those 8 runs here. Burns has been pretty solid. I like Baltimore. They've been playing well. Toronto's been very hit or miss. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They have not looked great. Give me the Orioles at home. Next matchup, we've got the Miami Marlins versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at minus 165. Miami plus 140 with the over-under at 9. Marlins coming into this matchup 11-31. Detroit 20-20. Pitching for the Marlins is Sixto Sanchez with an ERA of 7.50. Pitching for the Tigers is Matt Manning with an ERA of 4.24. Sanchez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Manning, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Marlins coming off a Phillies win yesterday. Detroit just 3-7 in their last 10, coming off a Houston loss. The Marlins 1-8 on the road. We know how bad they've been on the road here. Sanchez, I mean, he gives up runs every game. So not much of a reliable pitcher. Manning coming off back-to-back 4-run games, so 2 of his probably worst starts of the season here, but I don't know. He gets a good shot with the Marlins here today. I think Detroit bounces back a little bit. Give me Detroit at home. Next matchup, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the New York Mets. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 130. The Mets plus 110 with the over-under at 7.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 28-13. The Mets 19-20. Pitching for the Phillies is Christopher Sanchez with an ERA of 2.97. Pitching for the Mets is Sean Manaea with an ERA of 3.31. Sanchez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Manaea, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Phillies coming off a Marlins loss yesterday. Mets coming off a home run in the ninth to beat the Braves yesterday. That was a nice win for them. Phillies 6-2 against the Mets. Been very good head-to-head here. Pretty even pitching matchup, I would say. Not much of an advantage there. I like the Phillies. They've been good against the Mets here. Coming off a tough loss yesterday, I think they bounce back. Give me the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Tampa plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 20-21. Boston 21-19. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.75. Pitching for Boston is Carter Crawford with an ERA of 1.75. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Crawford, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Tampa coming off a Yankees loss. Boston coming off back-to-back Washington wins. Tampa Bay 5-0 on the road against Boston. 7-1 against Boston. They've been very good against the Red Sox here. And yeah, I think they're good dogs today. We have the Rays plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Cubs plus 120 with the over-under at 7.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 24-17. The Braves 24-13. Pitching for the Cubs is Shota Imanaga with an ERA of 1.08. Pitching for the Braves is Reynaldo Lopez with an ERA of 1.53. Imanaga, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. The Cubs coming off a Pittsburgh win. Braves coming off a tough Mets loss last night. Cubs, they are just 2-11 on the road against the Braves, so they've had a lot of struggles against Atlanta here. Pretty even pitching matchup, I would say. Imanaga's been very good on the mound. Lopez has been very good as well. I like the Braves at home. Cubs have really struggled on the road against them, and I'll take Atlanta in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Pirates plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Pirates coming into this matchup 18-23. The Brewers 24-16. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 4.41. Pitching for the Brewers is Colin Rea with an ERA of 3.29. Keller, his last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Rea, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pittsburgh coming off a Cubs loss. Brewers coming off a St. Louis loss. Pittsburgh 2-6 on the road against the Brewers, where they really had their struggles. I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup. Rhea's had some rough starts on the mound here, but do like the way the Brewers are playing, and I'm going to take Milwaukee at home. Next matchup, we've got the Washington Nationals versus the Chicago White Sox. Washington opening up as road favorites at minus 135. The White Sox plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Washington coming into this matchup 19-20. The White Sox 12-29. Pitching for the Nationals is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 1.96. Pitching for the White Sox is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 4.29. Williams, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Coming off back-to-back 0-run games here, he's been very good. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Washington coming off back-to-back Boston losses. White Sox coming off a 7-0 loss against Cleveland, but a series they played very well in, winning 3 out of the 4. Washington 11-3 against the White Sox here. They've been very good against the White Sox. Love Williams on the mound. He's been very good here. Should be a good series for the Nationals. Give me Washington on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Texas Rangers. Looks like both teams are in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 9. Guardians coming into this matchup 25-16. The Rangers 22-20. Pitching for the Guardians is Tanner Beebe with an ERA of 4.91. Pitching for the Rangers is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 4.66. Beebe, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Lorenzen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a White Sox win. Rangers coming off a bad. They got swept by the Rockies. Not a good look for the Rangers here. Cleveland is 12-5 against the Rangers, so they've been good head-to-head. Both pitchers have been giving up some runs here, so maybe the over could be a play today. Yeah, I just don't trust the Rangers. They look horrible in that Rockies series. Give me the Guardians on the road here. Next matchup, we've got the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros. Astros opening up as home favorites at -175. Oakland +160 with the over-under at 8.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 19-23. The Astros 15-25. Pitching for Oakland is Ross Stripling with an ERA of 5.14. Pitching for the Astros is Spencer Arrighetti with an ERA of 8.44. Stripling, his last start, he pitched 1 inning. Gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Arrighetti, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts here. Arrighetti's been very bad on the mound here. Oakland coming off a Seattle loss. Houston coming off a Detroit win. Crazy that you would think in this matchup that Oakland would have the better record than Houston. I mean, Houston's just been horrible this year. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the pitching hasn't been good for Houston. Arrighetti's been horrible. Give me Oakland +1.5 on the road here. Next matchup, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -120. St. Louis +100 with the over-under at 8.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 16-24. Angels 15-26. Pitching for the Cardinals is Matthew Laborator with an ERA at 3.54. Pitching for the Angels is Jose Soriano with an ERA of 4.32. Laborator, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Soriano, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Cardinals coming off a Brewers win yesterday, ending their big losing streak they were on. Angels coming off a Royals loss. St. Louis is just 1-4 against the Angels. Not a very intriguing matchup for either team here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers can give up some runs here. I would take a shot with the underdog. It's a very even matchup. Both teams very bad. Give me the Cardinals +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -150. Cincinnati +125 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 17-23. Arizona 19-22. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA at 3.86. Pitching for Arizona is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 4.30. Ashcraft, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Montgomery, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Reds, 1-9 in their last 10. They've just been horrible. They just lost the 3-game series to Arizona the series prior. 1-6 against Arizona, 1-4 on the road against Arizona. I don't have much confidence in the Reds. They've just looked horrible. Give me the Diamondbacks at home. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -220. The Rockies +180 with the over-under at 8. Rockies coming into this matchup 12-28. The Padres 22-21. Pitching for the Rockies is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 6.35. Pitching for the Padres is Randy Vasquez with an ERA of 4.50. Hudson, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Vasquez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Rockies on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a Rangers sweep. Padres coming off a nice Dodgers win, winning 2 out of those 3 games there. The Rockies 0-5 on the road against the Padres, 2-7 against the Padres. They have not been very good against the Padres here. Vasquez been good for the Padres so far this season. Hudson giving up 12 runs and 3 starts, hasn't been that great here. Should be a series Padres should control at home with Hudson on the mound. Give me the Padres at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as road favorite, or as home favorites at -150. The Royals +125 with the over-under at 7. Royals coming into this matchup 25-17. Seattle 22-19. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 2.36. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 3.74. Singer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Kirby, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Royals on a coming off a Angels win. Seattle coming off an Oakland win. The Royals 0-7 on the road against Seattle, 0-6 against Seattle. They have not been good against the Mariners here. Singer's been good on the mound 3 games in a row. He's only given up 1 run each. But yeah, they've just been so bad against Seattle here. Seattle's owned them. We're going to see if they could get a win on the road here. But until I see it happen, I'm going to take Seattle at home in this one. In the last matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the San Francisco Giants. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -190. San Francisco +160 with the over-under at 7.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 27-15. The Giants 19-23. Pitching for the Dodgers is Gavin Stone with an ERA of 2.61. Pitching for the Giants is Jordan Hicks with an ERA of 2.30. Stone, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Hicks, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Angels coming off a Padres loss. Dodgers coming off a Padres loss yesterday. Couldn't score. Just one of those days, that's how it goes. They'll bounce back here. Giants coming off back-to-back Reds wins. Dodgers 7-1 against the Giants. 11-2 on the road against the Giants. They've been very good against the Giants here. And yeah, like Stone on the mound, 3 games in a row. He's given up only 1 run each. Give me the Dodgers on the road in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Monday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one.